like I'm living in paradise, you know what I'm saying?
I'ma give you a head start,
Hey,
bitch!
remember me? It's Mama.
Hey, girl.
No one ain't buying your shit. Everybody know your bullshit been stepped on hard. Bees aren't even buying this shit too long.
Hey, let's meet up next week.
Your shit is almost 100% drywall. That's a damn problem.
Another big-ass mess on my property? Chop, I gotta train you to shit on the neighbor's yard. We walking, Chop. Get inside, Chop.
They can't even pay for the gas to get to work. And they're running up their credit cards, and they haven't gone on welfare yet. But the system basically wants to force everybody onto welfare. And that's what's going on. So get behind Congressman Walter Jones's impeachment legislation. And at the same time, get behind a major drumbeat to hold people accountable. And even if Obama's a puppet, it signifies that we're awake. And repeal the repeal. So reinstate the Glass-Steagall Act and other laws that don't allow investment banks to create unlimited derivatives and that hold us hostage to bail them out. Absolutely, sir.
Can I say one more thing?
Sure.
Jones also is trying to get, and I know you've talked about this, but the 28 pages regarding the 9/11 cover-up, which we all think, I'm fairly sure that this is going to expose the whole Saudi kingdom relationship to the British Empire and their funding of the 9/11 attacks. And I'm almost positive that Walter Jones is aware of this. And
Well, the congressman is finally on tomorrow. I was going to have him on last week, but that fell through. He's on tomorrow, and we'll bring it all up. I appreciate your call. You know, here's the thing. I don't think we can tell who was behind the 9/11 attacks. I've tried to explain this to people. And I am known as the father of the 9/11 truth movement. And because I'm the first person before it happened and after to come out and say it's an inside job, and I believe they'll launch a bio attack to distract, I said it on 9/11, away from this. They always commit another couple crimes. It's like bank robbers will set fires on one end of town before they rob the bank. Or they'll have a fake robbery at one and rob the big one across town. But when they do a big stage terror, they'll do something after it to then divert onto that. I've learned how they operate. And even 13 years ago or 12 years ago, I understood this stuff. And my gut just told me that. We know the official story isn't true. Okay? We know that. We know that. That's incontrovertible. They blew up Building 7. NORAD stood down.
Man, you ain't nothing but a
There
punk.
was insider trading. There was a lot of stuff going on. And I'm not defending the Queen of England. My goodness. The Queen of England herself doesn't really run anything. She just owns it. It was like the vestigial dropping at the middle of it all. But, yeah, British intelligence is as slick and sneaky as it gets. And you notice they were against the strike on Syria because they don't want to commit suicide. You know, Dave Mustaine is the consummate perfectionist. You know, after his concerts, he goes and practices. Every time I've seen him play, he goes in on the bus and starts practicing any little part he thinks he messed up. I'm telling you, every concert I've ever been in, he is the best live and blows away the competition. Iron Maiden was okay, but it was like Megadeth was so loud last week they were here. It was just perfect, and then they turned it up when Iron Maiden went on. And I was like, wow, I can't even hear this. But side issue, different venues are different. I don't know why. I just went off on a jag about that. Just making excuses for why I'm singing along to Dave Mustaine and Megadeth. Let's go ahead and talk to Andy, Idaho, then Joe, Chris, Arby, and others. Andy, thanks for holding her on the air.
Hey, Alex, I just want to say that you're a true patriot, and you opened my eyes up about 4 years ago.
Well, my friend, I've got to get people away because we're all in this together. God bless you.
Yeah, and I also want to say that I'm a Call of Duty player, but I don't play like their shooters at Naval Base.
Well, I'm not judging. I played video games. I played Donkey Kong and Super Mario Brothers and all that stuff when I was a kid. And, you know, and I mean, I'll tell you, I should have been out playing sports. We sit there for like 5 hours on Saturdays, eating Hot Pockets, picking our noses and playing video games and learning how to cheat the game. You know, the special, you jump underneath that thing and it hits and you get hundreds of lives or whatever. What's the Mario Brother world where you go to the whole world and you jump on top of the turtle shells and all that? My only issue is now these are like real military games and they're really being used for recruiting. The Pentagon admits that. But I mean, so what's your take on it, Andy? I'm kind of talking about Donkey Kong.
It's all good, man. My take on it is, you know, if you play video games, don't play them all day long. I went out yesterday and I went for a hike. It was beautiful. Took my new backpack out with my hydration.
And you murdered two hikers. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
With a hatchet.
No, it was my concealed weapons permit.
I'm just joking. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm being sarcastic.
I know you are. That's what I like about you. You work sense of humor like I do.
You gotta have one nowadays or go completely insane. No, I mean, there are people, though, that just obsess all day with shooting humans and they really want to do it. Yeah, there is a certain percentage does join the military because they want to be able to legally kill people. It's a very small minority, but that's who they're looking for a lot of times. And a lot of times you get somebody that's already like that, they go through Marine Corps boot camp where it's training to take a nice guy and make him kill people, and it's, you gotta hone your skills to be a killer and murder everybody, murder. And you get somebody who's already inclined to be a psycho, it may push him over the edge. And now you're dealing with Freddy Krueger, you see what I'm saying?
Well, it's also funny because when you get into some of these rooms and stuff like that, these kids are very serious about the game. So if you shoot them up, if you kill one of them while they're playing, they get all frustrated and all mad, and sometimes they, what you call rage quit, is they're so mad because you killed them, they rage quit. And I think that's one of the things.
What is a rage? What is a ragey, pagey? What is it called?
It's called a rage quit.
A rage quit.
Yeah, because what they do is they think they're better than you, and then when you shoot them, they get all mad. That was a BS call. But I just think it's funny, and then I don't deal with it. I shut off the video game and go...
Get in, boy.
Oh, no, I've heard about in the news people that are playing video games against each other, they'll go meet and get in a fight over it, or kill each other, or whatever. And people have robbed so they can buy the imaginary goods in the imaginary world. I don't know. I want to learn how to master the real world for my family and for them to have a future, not to live in these simulated worlds. But I get it. I mean, it's video games are fun. I mean, I go to the video game place and play shoot 'em up and stuff. And we've got a Wii. We get it out maybe once a month and play the hunting game, or we play the golf. And the golf game. We are back live, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us today. And we are taking your phone calls here in just a moment. Some of the breaking news up on prisonplanet.com and Infowars.com today. 15-year-old jailed for simulating shooting with iPhone app. That's right, he tried to make a video game, actually to hire that kid, where it is a simulation shooter game. And so for building his own video game, he was arrested. In an incident predating yesterday's Navy Yard shooting, a student in Louisiana was arrested and charged with terrorizing for simulating shooting classmates using an iPhone app. And he got the classmates to take part in it so he could shoot a promo for it. As ridiculous as that sounds, it's true. As reported by ABC News affiliate WGNO News, an unnamed 15-year-old student was booked and jailed after uploading footage to YouTube from an augmented reality iPhone app called The Real Strike. By the way, those are super popular on YouTube. I see a lot of people that create their own first-person shooter game. It's total art, total First Amendment, totally protected. Bare minimum in this charged-up society. The cops say, so your friends, you're like a filmmaker, you made an app. Wow, really interesting. So you're in the drama department, okay. Not planning anything. Okay, thank you. But you see reports where people write stuff for their English class. In one case, they were battling zombies at the high school using fictitious names. It wasn't even the same high school. They arrested him. His grandparents who were raising him reported the honor student. And the grandma was in the news going, well, it's better that he be jailed than plan anything. And it was like, but he wasn't planning anything. So this is how it works. Meanwhile, the reported shooter, Aaron Alexis from D.C. Naval Yard, he'd shot up reportedly people's tires that parked in his parking space. Unbelievable. Right there, boom, felony. No more firearms. He had shot through his neighbor's wall, telling him shut up. And he got kicked out of the Navy for that, but then rehired with a security clearance to work in the Marines area on different weapon systems. So that's what went on here. And there's a slight chance, 5% chance it could have been a mind control patsy or wound up or something. I don't think that's what happened here because he's on the drugs, he's hearing voices. It's just another example of how screwed up this government is. I mean, it's coming on all the time where almost every TSA supervisor is a defraud priest or a convicted child molester and then get caught doing it again and again and again. So it's really disgusting to have all this going on. It reminds me of the kid in Austin, Texas a few months ago that got arrested playing video games and made a joke threat. Teen who made video game comment is now being beat up in jail. $500,000 bail ensures boy remains in prison, facing 10 years. The father of Justin Carter, the teen accused of making terroristic threats on Facebook, told NPR's Morning Edition that his son is presently getting beat up, treated horribly in the Comal County Jail in Texas, where he's being held. And it just goes on. Yeah, jail is not a fun place. So there you go. So play all the video games you want if Bill Gates puts them out, or if some other big company, Microsoft. But you make a thing with the drama department of a shoot 'em up, you're going to go to jail. So this is the new political correctness. Let's go to Joe in Arizona. Let's move quick through calls. Some other news on my head. Joe, thank you for calling in, sir.
Alan, how are you?
I'm pretty good, buddy.
All right, listen, first of all, I want you to know that you're not the real mayor of George Washington of Utah. We love you out here.
Well, believe me, I know a lot about George Washington, and I don't think I'm anywhere near George Washington. I might come up to George Washington's knee. But someday I might come up to him eye to eye, but I don't think so.
I wanted to bring up this point because I haven't heard anyone touch on it yet. The Obama manual called Political Crisis Gone Away.
Yes, sir.
He showed me yesterday, and all of a sudden the executives what it goes through. As far as Obama's immunity with sending weapons over Syria. Now, is that something like Friday?
Well, that's right. In fact, we said this yesterday, and we said this weeks ago. They need a bunch of distractions off of the fact that they're arming the rebels and that it's illegal. And Congress is starting to point this out. So, I'll do an executive order saying that we can violate the importation ban on weapons to groups even affiliated. Under the NDAA, if you give money to a charity unknowing that then gives money to a terrorist-affiliated group, you disappear forever. Now, that is really creepy and unconstitutional and out of control. I mean, if you're a known terrorist and they say they're going to disappear you without the proof of the trial, it's horrible. But we're talking about just off with your head, disappear into the dungeon from the days of Robin Hood. Yeah, here's the article. Obama waives ban on arming terrorists to allow aid to Syrian opposition. President Obama waived a provision of federal law, he's God, designed to prevent the supply of arms to terrorist groups to clear the way for the U.S. to provide military assistance to vetted opposition groups fighting Syrian dictator. You mean slaughtering all the Christians I was making about Assad. The thing is, Assad didn't start the fight. He was democratizing. This is a war crime. Any other points, sir?
Yeah, just one other point. I think I got a kick out of this. I was taking a flight out of JFK, and out of all the things in my luggage bag, my carry-on, I got stopped for the tangy tangerine.
Oh my goodness, how evil. What did they think it was?
I am so evil. I don't know, but about 20 minutes and they put it through the scanner like 10 times. I can't even drink it now.
You know, I don't think the scanner would actually damage it that much. You got to really cook something to ruin it, but it probably had some effect on the molecular makeup of it. It's the continued radiating over your life that adds to your overall radiation dose level. But you're right. Look, the big thing is they save the photos and they make fun of people's genitals. And that's now been confirmed. And you know, if I'm going to, I mean, not that I'm good looking, but, you know, Playgirl has not contacted me to pose nude. Of course, I wouldn't do it. I'm being sarcastic, folks. The point is, you need to be paid for that. It needs to be, you know, free will. I mean, they've had TSA people in the U.S. and
Better
England
than new.
print off naked shots of women and men and run over and say, please sign this. That's how mentally ill these people are. Because a lot of them take the job to have power over people.
Right
there it is, 100 body scans from security checkpoint, leaked pictures. And keep scrolling down, it'll show some more of the photos. So what did they think it was?
They took the tangy tangerine, and I honestly just sat there. I was just dumbfounded. I couldn't believe it, and I was basically going to miss my flight if I put up a stink. But they definitely took their time sending it through, and it was unopened, the whole thing.
Well, God bless you, sir. Good to hear you, and I appreciate you calling. Good points. By the way, the TSA and courthouses have leaked over and over again naked body images with them de-resed so that everybody doesn't get upset, and then they'll release these blobbed ones. What they really look like is what we've got on screen right now for TV viewers. Those are real ones right there. Okay? And it is 100%. You can see every single detail. Okay? And then they lie and say, oh, well, we see a de-resed version. No, that's pure bull, and it's come out. It's pure, unmitigated, absolute, unadulterated propaganda. That's one of the oldest tricks in the books, is to leak something yourself.
You got great taste.
All right, let's, you know what?
You just
I'm going to
dropped
plug
your
some
0 to
stuff
60
here and then
by
go back to your
0.8
call
seconds.
since he mentioned Beyond Tangy Tangerine. I got a call last week from one of my friends saying, hey, I'd like to see the certification on Beyond Tangy Tangerine. I mean, we go to Whole Foods, they just say something's organic. So I called the company and had them send me more than a dozen certifications. It was more than that. It was page after page. And I was so impressed that they didn't just get the entire product certified. They had each
Now
and every
that's a
ingredient
custom
certified.
job.
The truth is, the old Beyond Tangy Tangerine, the formulators and the company told me, was almost completely organic, non-GMO. But they hadn't had it all individually certified because it had so many ingredients. So it took them 2 years. They got it all certified, incredible cost, to have one of the only multi-powder things out there that is certified non-GMO, organic, and it's all available at InfoWarsHealth.com with the biggest discounts. You can get 10% off on things like the ProPure water filtration systems at InfoWars store.com. But at InfoWarsHealth.com, we have the giant catalog of amazing longevity products, the lowest prices. You can sign up for free shipping when you order online. You can also sign up at InfoWarsHealth.com to be a distributor for $10, one-time fee like Costco or whatever. You get even bigger discounts, and you can also set up your own at-home business. A lot of folks have done this. It's not designed as a stay-at-home business. That's the model they've used in 16 years to sell it and promote it, but it is a great stay-at-home business. But it's not so much vestigial, it's more just a side thing, but it's a great thing to do. They got great brochures and literature. They can set you up your own website. InfoWarsHealth.com, InfoWarsTeam.com. You can give them a call, our great team, and ask about any of the different products or questions or order over the phone. 888-789-9277, 888-789-9277. And there's another big fringe benefit. This is great products and great prices that funds our operations so we can get up here and defend the Second Amendment and defend property rights and defend homeschooling and get Congressman Walter Jones on to push impeachment tomorrow and expose that the rebels really launched a chemical attack. We routinely break stuff that is now international news. That is established and that is admitted by even dinosaur media. And so I've had a lot of top experts I concur with tell me the way you stay alive and the way you stay not destroyed is get bigger. Get big or get eaten. Big fish eat little fish. And I'm a big fish for liberty now. And I need to get a lot bigger because, boy, I'm swimming in oceans where I'm like 10 feet long, folks. There's 100 foot long, 200 foot long megalodons in these waters.
We'll say I'm
and I'm fast like a bluefin tuna and aggressive, folks. Kind of like a cross between a bluefin tuna and a swordfish or a marlin. But, you know, I need your help because I'm in some dangerous waters. And I'm trying to protect all the little minnows out there as we're all in this together. But we are definitely going in like X-Wings against the Death Star, starting our trench run right now. And I need you to go to InfoWarsStore.com. The incredible lowest price, best shortwave radios at the lowest prices there. Blows away Radio Shack, you name it, the prices we got. The solar-powered systems, just hundreds and hundreds of amazing items. InfoWarsStore.com. The little mini cook stoves, the storable foods, it's all at InfoWarsStore.com or InfoWarsHealth.com to find the Pollen Burst Plus that's so amazing and so much more. All right, let's go back to your phone calls here as promised. I'm just going in order. Let's move quick now. Chris in Florida, thanks for calling, sir.
Yes. Hey, Alex, first-time caller. I'm a long-time listener. I wanted to speak about Baron Alexis. Now, he's the person that has killed 12 other people in D.C.
Well, I'm still saying it's alleged, and it could be a setup, but it's not a very. They weren't really. It doesn't have all the signs of a staged event. It still could be, but probably just a Prozac hit. Sorry, go ahead.
Right, not a problem. Now, how is the mainstream media going to spin this? Because now you have a person on psychotropic drugs. Now they're pushing this racism agenda on the mainstream media. Now, how does this coincide with the Adam Lanza event, with the Virginia Tech shooting? Are they just pulling out people like of all races, types, and deals to just put these, these events into play? So now they can come and, the day before Associated Press.
Well, I'll say this: the D.C. shooter looked like it was a setup. This doesn't look like it's a setup so much because I don't see all the telltale signs. But I don't know. But with the whole race thing is meant to be white people are racist only because they're the biggest minority. It's a nation of minorities now. Whites are like 47% of the population. It's going to be like 30. The death of the West, it's on record. So don't worry, all evil will soon leave the world when all the whites are dead, according to the media. But whites politically have been seen as dominant, so the Democratic Party can play a class struggle thing, saying whites inherently cheated you somehow, okay? And create gang politics, and then that adds to already unstable people. Well, we'll just go out and shoot some crackers because, they all deserve it, to get folks back for Trayvon. There's been undoubted killings of whites all over the country because they're just white. And it's very, very sad. It's kind of like some black folks drug an old white man to death about a year after they drug a black guy to death in outside of Vidor, Texas. They're in Klan country. That is absolute Klan white trash country there. Not indicting everybody that lives down there, but that's definitely something out of Deliverance. Let's meet the folks in Deliverance. The point is that it is amazing. White people. I mean, I've been down in those areas, folks, in a town outside Vidor where that happened, and I've had white people walk over and say, "We don't like Yankees around here." To me. When I was in high school, I've been to areas in East Texas, and it's not all areas. It's like certain little enclaves, like gangs. They get in a little nest, come over to me at a city pool, actually in the summer when I was visiting friends, and say, "You're from Dallas. You are a damn Yankee and need to get out of here." And I, of course, laughed at them. It was teenagers. I'm now digressing.
You ain't
The
nothing
point
but a
is
punk.
it's race politics. Because they don't want to debate issues and how we can all be unified around Bill of Rights, Constitution, due process. They want to only know what group you're in. I'm lesbian, I'm gay, I'm straight, I'm a Muslim, I'm a video game person, I'm black, and it just all becomes, and then you can't criticize anything those groups are doing. Like, man, look at that guy, he looks like a degenerate thug. Well, don't be racist, he's black. Well, I'd say if he was white.
William 2, copy that.
Yeah, you see some guy that looks like a gang member, you know, whatever, then you just say it looks like a thug. Don't say that, that's racist. Well, just because the thug's black. Appreciate your comment. I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick a booty, and I'm all out of booty. All right, let's go ahead and take a ring-a-dingy. RB in Texas. Come on in, you Yankee.
Yeah, that was a terrible cliche.
How's it going, brother?
Oh, all right, boss. Hey, I've been trying to get on you for a minute. I want to introduce you to a person that has sacrificed the last 30 years of his life to research and document a solution to what is including traveling to Jerusalem and Egypt and doing all of the in-depth study.
Wow.
Because we do not trust the electronic transfers of information, we'd like to set up a meeting with you to deliver the initial correspondence of a letter of introduction.
Take me to your leader. I am black from the planet Straddle Snapper. Wait a minute. Sorry, I'm not trying to poo-poo what you're saying. I don't trust a lot of electronic stuff either. I almost look at it like, you know what, we're just in their face, flying our colors openly. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of time to meet with people. You ought to just mail me a letter with the info, but just give us the gist of the Rosetta Stone of Information Awakening that you've discovered buried in the alluvial sands of the Nile Delta.
We're a Peruvian command, and we discovered the mechanical orchestration of perceivable existence.
That sounds like it has a alignment with the supersedable, triumphant ostrich.
Perhaps. It's all explained biblically. The solution is non-violent. It's all biblically sound. And,
Well, let me be honest, I'm a fan of Peruvian flute music. I really am. I've heard it a few times. Down here in Texas, there's folks from Peru all over the place. You hear them when I was playing downtown. Tell me the secret then. What did you discover?
I'm not qualified because it's not...
Show me the map. Return what you have stolen from me.
Right. We're going to be headed down there Thursday. And we will definitely drop you off.
Return the map. Return what you have stolen. All right, brother, I understand you're heading down here, but I may not be here. I may be fishing with my son or something. Listen, I appreciate you. God bless you. Mail me a letter, sir. Let me give you how you can hang out with us on a realm of information. P.O. Box 19549, Austin, Texas 78760. P.O. Box 19549, Austin, Texas 78760. And by the way, if you're a new listener, they'll probably have the New York Times. Everybody else have a story out today, or Media Matters, that I was believing that I had Peruvian flute bands and we were connected to aliens. That was all satire. That was all a joke. The caller was not satire. The caller may actually be the ambassador from Planet Pop-Tart, and I've just insulted them. Ambassador, allow me to apologize to you. I, too, am from another planet. All right, a little addendum here of overdrive for some folks tuning in. I get a little dingy towards the end of the 3 hours. Every once in a while, I'll start screwing around, and then the caller was bringing up some pretty interesting stuff. I couldn't tell if it was a prank call or not, so I started riffing off of that. And for that, I apologize. We have a lot of serious stuff going on in the world. I was just having too much fun with it. But I did tell the guys, go out of this segment with Peruvian flute music if they can find it. Let's talk to Roger in Mississippi. Roger, you are on the air. Welcome.
Hey, Alex. My name's Roger. I live here in Mississippi. Just moved here about a year ago from St. Louis. I'm a veteran, 100% disabled. system that we have is what everyone's going to end up with under Obamacare.
That's right. That's on record. It's absolutely
You need
horrible.
something, or are you just being a dick?
And I believe Congress should not give themselves something better than their veterans to have.
Yeah, in fact, I want a federal law. In fact, Ron Paul pushed one where the Congress cannot exempt itself from stuff. Boy, that'd be a good place to start. I mean, that's how disconnected from reality things have gotten. That they're arming Al-Qaeda publicly and just changed federal law to do it with an executive order, and Congress exempts itself from everything. I mean, it's a joke.
Giving money and fighting with Al-Qaeda, I thought that's who the enemy was. You know?
I hear you.
15 years or how long we've been fighting. And now we're giving them
Man,
money
you a genetic experiment gone wrong, dog.
and leaving our soldiers behind like in the guns.
Be so extreme.
Well, you know, I'm sorry. I was raised here in this country.
You
and
get a
Oh,
discount for
racist.
being a special
Folks,
customer.
this caller is racist against Al-Qaeda.
was my duty to do, and now we're giving them money and leaving our men behind.
Well, that's what because the globalists are criminals and hate this country. And they have a vulgar term for it, but it's what a dog does when it hikes its leg on something to mark territory.
God
We are
bless
being
America.
softened up. We are being demoralized. We're being taught that we are the lowest filth of the earth. God bless you, sir. Good points.
You're on the air, sir. Welcome.
Alex, how you doing?
Doing all right.
Let's go.
2 points. What we think needs to be done here is a reset, an entire reset. I mean, when England was put together, they did okay. We put ourselves together off of England. I think we did a better job. Now, it's time for a reset. We're too deep in the rabbit hole. This thing has gone absolutely 180 degrees.
Oh, no, I agree. And the reset's going to be an organized collapse because they're already collapsing it, and then they're going to pose as saviors. So the number one job is expose the globalist so people know they're the authors of this mess.
Right. That's one point. The other point is, there are 108 different citations or instructions in the Quran that explicitly state that they are supposed to kill the infidels, the non-believers. So, and these are open-ended. They're not tied to any dates or reference points like the Bible. I'm not defending the Bible at all, but I'm just saying that they have open-ended instructions. Now, this is a recipe for disaster. This is a recipe.
Well, it is true that the Quran says do that.
All that shit? Chop, what you been eating? I gotta get a regimen for your ass.
Ain't seen you in forever.
Nice and tight, nice and tight. I am 18 inside, baby.